Now you may remember this Taurus fan from other videos I used to do back then. After having some technical issues getting it to start up unassisted, it turns out I just had to step up the voltage just a little bit. Now recently I got my hands on a line stabilizer and conditioner, and while there's a bit of load, it will step up the voltage just a little bit, and that was enough just to get the fan to start up unassisted. And now let's start this puppy up. This one I imported from Spain a few years ago. The fan oscillates, and you do so by engaging the oscillation knob and twisting it counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. And to disengage it, you just twist it clockwise, or if it hits an object, it'll safely unscrew itself. Let's put it in oscillation mode. Now the only reason why the fan is spinning much faster than normally would be is because while we do have 120 volts, our frequency is also a bit higher than it normally would be in most of Europe and of course Australia. And while they run under 50 Hertz, we have 60 Hertz, and therefore that's why the fan is running and spinning much faster. Now some people may be asking what would happen if I run a 50 Hertz fan on 60 Hertz? Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the fan runs pretty cool. The motor does not even get warm at all. Doesn't even get hot. Nothing. It's one of my coolest running fans that I have. And I mean, despite being designed for 50 Hertz, it just runs perfectly in 60 Hertz too. You can also wall mount it, but I don't have the clips for it, so I just attached the string so I could hook it on a hook. Like this. You want it wall mounted. You got a handlebar to carry the fan. And design definitely screams 1970s, as this is one of the earlier Taurus fans. Now here's the catch: if you want to get one for yourself, you might really want to check many Spanish classified sites, or at least on eBay Spain, as the dual voltage Taurus fans are extremely common in Spain. One reason why is because there was a time when many older homes were still wired under 125 volts. And newer homes were starting to be constructed but wired for 220 volts, and many older homes were also being retrofitted for 220 volts. So while transition was still ongoing, many dual voltage appliances were offered, including this Taurus fan. And to this day there are still some older homes wired for 125 volts, except at 50 Hertz in Spain. Now here's the other catch. You gotta make sure it's just simply branded Taurus. If you get any rebrands like the more common Xpelair-Taurus branding, those are only in 240 volts. They do not have a voltage selection switch. be sure, if you're trying to get one to import to any 120 volt country, make sure there is a voltage selection switch on the base. Now, let me show you this. You see how long it takes to spin down. Motor's not even warm at all. Now you see here, this is the switch I'm talking about. I'm take it out of the clip. Now this is what you want to look for if you plan to import a Taurus into the United States or any other country with 120 volts 60 hertz. Make sure this switch is present, since you can switch between 125 and 220 volts. Induction motor manufactured by Taurus, type VA, number 115634, 125, 220 volt, 50 hertz, 50 watt motor. I don't know how many more watts it has while performing under 60 hertz. But here's a look on the side. And the back. Now this is just a 1-speed fan. But you could locate multiple speed fans easily on eBay Spain or those Spanish classified sites. There's a sticker right here stating it had a 2-year warranty from Taurus. Now here you want to hear up close to start up. Here's the badge, the newer Taurus badge. Top view. And for those who love the wind sound, then you can hear the motor whine a bit. The blade is held on by a set screw in the center of the blade. There's a hub cover right there which covers the screw. Just take this, snaps right off, revealing a flathead screw, and that holds the blade in place. When I first got the fan, it was partially damaged in shipping. I had to repair the blade as this one snapped right off, and the super glue that I'm using holds up pretty well. I've been running the fan non-stop like this, and I had no trouble at all. Now this little disc plate right here is, what it pretty much does is, there's a few fins in the back of that metal plate to keep the motor cool. Now again, because of the extra horsepower and by the increased frequency, the motor is much cooler than it would be on a 50 hertz setting. And for those who want to hear that frequency hum, now these are the cage clips which hold the cage together. I need to get some new ones as these are pretty worn out, and because of age they've become a bit brittle. This one is in okay shape, this one as well. This one's okay too, but this one is kinda, you know, showing its age. This one's okay. I also need to weld some parts of the cage, like this piece right here and this one here. Again, this was because of shipping damage, but the fan works just fine overall, and I'm pretty happy that at least I have a working Taurus fan. And that's probably the only confirmed Taurus fan in the United States. Thank you for watching. Also, if you're wondering on where I got it from the eBay Spain listing, and this was the fan in the picture right here. It was this fan from that listing. Anyways, thank you for watching.